Hello again, guys. Apologies for the lateness of this video, but like a complete and utter idiot, I broke my foot yesterday. Let's take a minute to let that sink in. Hello and welcome back to this weekly series where I talk about all the things that I find in the news that are science, tech, drones, VR, fun that I like. First up in the bit of the fun category, because I need a little bit of a lift here, it's come to light that Nickelodeon is going to be airing a new Rocko's Modern Life 1-hour special. Rocko's Modern Life is a show I loved when I was younger, ran from 1993 to 96, so those were some formidable years for me. Probably before a lot of you were born. I feel old again. Now, unfortunately, it does not say here anything about when it's actually going to be airing, but the fact that it's coming back to the air at least one time, that's an awesome thing in my opinion. Moving right along though, a while back I made a video about a product called Soylent. I read about it on a blog and then suddenly it came to fruition. Essentially it's a liquid that you drink and that's all that you drink and eat if you want to do it that way. You can use it as a supplement, but it's intended to sort of be the superfood, the super drink. And they've gone through several iterations of it, and at this point there's a new one they've just released called Coffeeist. That's effectively Soylent, the drink, plus coffee. So it's excellent for the morning, gives you that boost to get you going through the day. They've also released a Soylent bar, so if you don't just like having the drinks, you could have, I think it's a 250 calorie bar as a snack, as a meal replacement, as whatever you want to use it as. Soylent did not work out the best for me. Actually, I think the best experience I had with it was when I made it into cookies. I just didn't really care for the flavor, and when you're mixing a bunch of additional stuff into it, you're getting a huge amount of additional calories there, so I ended up not sticking with it. But there are a lot of people that absolutely love the stuff, and especially now that there's a newer formulation of it, there have been a lot of people that have started using it a lot more, so you may want to check out their site. Some new details from Tesla came out this week about their new updated Autopilot version 2. Apparently to go along with version 2.0 there's going to be an awful lot more hardware. Currently it's primarily like radar and cameras and stuff in the front. Moving forward there's going to be cameras and sensors on all the corners of the car. There's going to be all new software to handle all of this new stuff, possibly even LiDAR sensors, so hopefully all of this is sort of in place by the time the Model 3 becomes a thing, because I'm totally in on that. Getting a little bit late to the party here, but HP has made a new backpack that can charge your laptop for you. It's got a built-in 22,400 milliamp hour battery, which is about 84 watt hours. So technically it's supposed to still be able to be carried on an airplane. It says it's available for pre-order on Amazon right now. It's $199 coming in the middle of September. It can take up to 17.3-inch laptop. I've heard some of you guys asking if there are any good laptop bags for 17-inch laptops, so there you go if you want to pay 200 bucks for one. It says laptop and micro USB cables are included. I'm kind of curious what laptop charging cables it comes with though. I'm looking right now. It looks like there are 2 barrel style connectors, 2 barrel plugs, 19 volt, 4.5 millimeter to 7.4 millimeter, and 7.4 to 4.5. So there are adapters there for HP laptop adapters with 7.4 millimeter barrel connector. So it's pretty much gonna work for HP laptops. Not entirely unexpected. I think I actually still have an HP laptop, but again, lately I've been sort of rocking the MacBook Pro. Either way, the fact that this is sort of becoming more of a thing, kind of a cool thing. Logitech is putting their hand out for the next Internet of Things thing with the Logitech Pop. This is essentially a smart home hub with connected buttons. And the buttons actually appear to be like large buttons. And they've got 3 different actions apiece. You can either press it, double press it, or long press it, and each one of those things for each button has a specific action. And it's not just like Logitech related things that it can interact with. It can work with Sonos speakers, Hue, LIFX, smart locks, smart blinds. So if you have a lot of different style home connected things, this may be a good option for you. It's 99 bucks for the smart home hub with 2 connected switches, and then more switches are $39 a piece, and they're, you know, like I said, kind of large switches. Cool idea. Execution, I don't know. I personally don't have enough home connected things for it to really be necessary here yet, but possibly moving forward. And moving forward, it came out a few weeks ago that iFi was going to be discontinuing a lot of their older cards, like their software was going to stop supporting it. It says here actually it was announced in July that the X2 line of Wi-Fi SD cards were going to stop being supported and just become useless in September. And they were encouraging people to buy the newer Mobi cards, which I think is actually what I've got. I've got one of them and I don't use it because it's kind of not very good. It's just super slow, at least in my experience. But they apparently have created an updated piece of software called the iFi X2 utility. It's a free download for Mac. There's also a Windows version that's being made. So if you have one of the older cards and you do want to continue using it, you will have to get this newer piece of software, and hopefully they'll have one done for Windows before they completely discontinue it. Moving on to some VR type stuff. There's an article over on CNET titled "Man Attempts to Cycle the Length of Britain in Street View VR." There's a man named Aaron Puzzi? I don't know, who's riding a stationary bicycle, an exercise bicycle, while wearing a Gear VR and going through Google Street View. So I'm guessing it's tied together with the bike in some way so that it knows how far he's pedaling and the direction he's going and whatnot. It's kind of an interesting augmented reality thing, and there is a video to go along with it. He started his journey back in May, and the latest entry was from this past Monday on his route to Manchester, about half of the way to his goal. So he's definitely making some progress there. Very cool to see more people starting to do this kind of VR/AR stuff. As we've mentioned in the past, GoPro is working on their VR rig, their 6-camera rig. That rig is actually going on sale this coming week, August 17th. The pre-orders, if you've pre-ordered it, it does ship on that day as well, but it is, again, $5,000, and you get 6 GoPro cameras. And from what I've seen, I mean, I've seen some of the footage from this type of rig. I know Casey Neistat did a video with one a while back, and as long as you have the software to put it all together, it looks like it can do some amazing quality footage, but it does sort of lend to that, how many people are willing to drop that much money on something to get that 360 video as opposed to paying $200 to $500 for a consumer level one. Professional people, I am sure there will be people that go for this. Speaking of consumer level stuff though, Casio has also come out with a brand new 360 degree camera with a detachable lens so you can control it remotely. This is the Exelim EX FR200. Shoots in 4 different modes. There's a 180 degree angle, an unwrapped 360 degree angle, a super wide 208 degree photo mode, and then the back-to-back 360 degree, which I would assume you'd have to have a second camera for that. Yeah, it says 2 EX FR200 lenses clipped back to back, and they have a clamp for it. There's no info on how much it's going to cost or if it's coming to anywhere outside of Japan, so we don't really know. Very weird to see so many products coming these days that may or may not ever make it to the States. But yeah, that's a thing that exists if you're interested in it. When I learn more, I'll definitely let you know more. There is also apparently going to be a VR satellite. It's called Space VR. They've signed a launch agreement with SpaceX to launch in 2017. And actually it says the company is going to take footage from their cameras, stitch it all into a 360 degree sphere with live streaming being the ultimate goal. So the whole point of it is they'll shoot this satellite up into space, into an orbit, and while it's up there, it's going to just live stream video of what it sees all around, all the time. That's super cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Of course, again, 2017, so we got a little while. And to go ahead and wrap things up, because I need to get back and prop my foot up and probably take some medicine, a massive new trove of photos from Mars' dunes, craters, and mountains has been dumped by NASA, taken by the Reconnaissance Orbiter. More than 1,000 photos, so if you ever wanted to see what's going on Mars without being the rover's point of view, but just seeing it up close and personal, as it were, there's a link over on The Verge's site. I'll put a link to everything that I've talked about down in the description. But that's going to wrap it up for today. I've gone on entirely too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're still enjoying the series as much as I am making it. I'm making it with a broken foot that I'm holding above the ground so that I'm not hurting myself. Thank you guys again for watching though, and I'll see you again next time.